Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I just hope you had a great week. I did take some time off to spend with family and friends, but we are back on the Age of Empires grind, and what better way to make our return than by featuring the best Civ in the game, because in the north of the map, playing in the color red as the Dutch, we got Raincloud. It's been a while since we've featured Raincloud. I think the last time I saw him, he did that really fun Malta build, which I just got giddy over. And actually, this all came from this Discord ping where he promised some shenanigans with Dutch. I hope he doesn't maul my beautiful Civ too much, because he is going to be up against some stiff competition, because in the south of the map, playing in the color blue as the Germans, we have his opponent Razuk, a player I am not familiar with, but German versus Dutch, not always the best matchup for Dutch. It does seem like Germany does the whole semi-FF build better. It seems like they have a better eco long term, and just everything about Germany is a little bit stronger than my Dutch boys, but certainly not too lopsided of a match, to be sure. And we'll see how standard both of these guys play it, though due to Raincloud's message on Discord, I doubt we're going to be seeing anything super normal, which, by the way, I've been getting a lot more games sent to me over Discord and over email, and I love that. I think that's awesome. I can't believe people are actually taking the time to send me games, so thank you if that is one of you pinging or messaging me, and keep them coming, because I love casting games like that. I always try to make them a priority. But going back to Raincloud here, since he is the one who submitted this game, let's take a look at his demo. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to an insane start. Okay, let's take a look at what this deck is missing. No bank wagon, no 700 wood, no 600 wood, no 8 skirm, no 9 Reuter. I don't know what to make of this deck. He's got 3 Vils, he's got Stadthalter, he's got military reforms, which makes your halberdiers a lot faster, but does take away some of their hand attack, but it is a crazy speed boost. It's a 20% speed boost. Those guys cruise down the map, and he also has Flemish Revolution. Are we going to be seeing all of his villagers get turned into veteran halberdiers? That would be fantastic. I don't think it's a viable build at all. I've seen people try it, and it's a very flavor of the monthy kind of build. And all of the times I've seen it, it just falls flat on its face, because it just gets immediately kited by skirmishers or musketeers or whatever the opponent has. But maybe the legendary Raincloud can make it work. And meanwhile, Razuk going for a very standard German opening here. I am not seeing anything out of the ordinary. And if we take a look at his deck, we see very standard, though he does have the 11 Irish Brigs, which, I'm going to be honest, I don't like this mercenary shipment. I used to have it in my decks. I just find them to be very lackluster for the 500 gold that you're paying. I would much rather invest that in regular units, or even try to sneak an age up in. Though for Germany, not having a musketeer, maybe it's a little bit more viable. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys have the 11 Irish Brigs in your deck? I personally think they are garbaggio, but besides that, it's very standard German. Going up to age 2 with the Quartermaster. Meanwhile, Raincloud, what did he go up with? Did he go up with the Logistician? Oh my God, he went up with the Outpost and the 200 coin. This madman! And he's already at 900 food. This is going to be an insanely fast age up. I mean, he didn't have to gather for a bank at all in transition. Is this guy going to go no bank Dutch? What is this blasphemy I am bearing witness to? Oh man, this is like watching your child just get thrown off a cliff. Oh, this is heartbreaking. But I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to do it for Raincloud. But both players going with an opening TP. I suppose if you're not going to be chopping for a bank in transition, a TP is perfectly fine. And this Dutch build really does seem like it's built on the shipments. So I like the extra TP for this particular build, and getting his hunts in, and he's going to be aging up incredibly quick. Sent 700 coin as his first card, so probably going to get clicked in before any Ulans enter his base. It does seem like Razuk's build is a little bit on the slow side here. He did go 2 settler wagon, 3 settler wagon, and he's going to immediately follow up with 700 coin. Yes, he is. And a couple of Ulans coming out. So this is the most vanilla ice cream cone Germany build versus the most impractical, unlikely Dutch build you are ever to find on the ladder, which is why I love it. And look at this Explorer just getting hammered from the TC fire and the outpost, and he looks like he's gonna get away with 64 HP. That is a great, great catch, almost by Raincloud, but not quite gonna get that extra 45. But that's okay, because he is going up to age 3 now with the Exiled Prince. So there is one standard thing in the Dutch build. Getting Stat Howder now, which, what does that do? I've never sent that card. Makes your Dutch player very, very powerful in combat. Gives him 50% hit point and action damage. And it gives him cheaper town centers as a building and gives him a dog. What a card. Oh, Gary. Gary has just arrived. Gary the dog. And 5 Ulans coming in. I'm excited to see what this Explorer can do. He has 820 HP. Holy crap. And he's got a 24 ranged attack. He's basically a musketeer with 800 hit points and a dog. Which, while the dog's not great, I mean, the dog is something. Man, this is so weird. If you're Razuk, what do you even do in this situation? You come in, you see no banks and an outpost? This is like what you would see from a Spain player, not a Dutch player. And he's gonna be getting down a second town center now? What in the world? Raincloud, are you even on the same planet as me, bro? But it's somehow working. Maybe because Razuk is just not putting on any pressure. Razuk now going up to age 3 with the Exiled Prince himself. He has 21 villagers, including wagons, versus just 20 from Raincloud and no banks. So definitely a better economy for Razuk. And you can see it in the score, about 1,600 difference here. But I don't know. I mean, against what Raincloud's making, I really hope Razuk starts massing skirmishers, because if he goes all in on Ulans and like war wagons, those veteran Halbs from the Flemish Revolt are just going to annihilate him. And Halbs have such good siege damage that, I mean, Raincloud won't even need artillery. He will just bowl over the German base before Razuk even knows what hit him. A second town center now down, and there is no way these Ulans are going to be getting any villager raids, and these definitely aren't cavalry you want to lose, because one of the aspects about being a good German player is that you don't want to lose those early Ulan. I know it's really tempting to throw them in and try to pick off villagers, but every Ulan you lose is not an Ulan that's going to be getting into H3 and getting that juicy veterancy upgrade and being added to that 9 Ulan mass that you will be pushing with later on. And Raincloud now sending a fort and building a third town center. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to predict what this man is doing anymore. I feel like this is so just not viable, but somehow he's making it work because Germany is playing so passively right now. The fort going to be going down, Fort Krailo, or however you say that in Nederlander. But third TC is going to be going down here. He could potentially get a fourth one down. He does have a covered wagon. And still not a single military unit. Now the dog is going to be on the attack. And I love the choice by Razuk here to put some early damage on this fort. Remember, buildings in foundation mode take ×4 damage, and a huge mass of Ulans coming in. And he does already have the veterancy upgrade. He's definitely not going to prevent this fort from going down, but he's going to do some nice damage here. But now a Minutemen pop could potentially send out 2 more and does have a shipment. Let's see what he goes with. He's calling out more militia. Fort is going to get up, but it is going to be heavily damaged. So maybe this is worth it for Razuk, though he has lost like 3 or 4, 5. Man, he lost a lot of Ulan in that trade, so maybe not as worthwhile after all. In fact, if Raincloud gets that repaired, that's going to be a horrible trade for Germany. I mean, the 9 Ulan plus the 4 or 5 he had in there basically gives up his 9 Ulan shipment to get some damage down on a fort, but I mean, it will be expensive to repair, so maybe you know, there was some benefit, but I mean, it's not like Razuk's going to be following up, you know, any of that with artillery. So does he have advanced? No, he doesn't. I don't even know if Germany has advanced artillery, which, by the way, if you are a Dutch main or you just want to experiment with Dutch, get advanced artillery in your deck now, okay? I am a firm believer. I have been converted to the church of advanced artillery. I mean, that early mortar, you would be surprised how many games that could win you against civs like Inca or Portugal, civs that love to put down a lot of military infrastructure. You hit them with a batch of Reuters plus a mortar and some skirm, and it freaks out so many people, at least on my level. I've won so many games just being able to push in with that one mortar, and it allows you to make more in H3. It's a beautiful card. Speaking of beautiful things, we got, what is this, triple queued villagers from Dutch? And meanwhile, Razuk, I mean, he's making some economic plays here. He's getting a second TP down. No stagecoach on that just yet. And he is now getting out some war wagons, but I don't know, is it just me or is the German build feeling kind of lackluster right now? Oh, he's macroing for H4. Okay. I was like, man, this army is so small. But he's going to be going up to H4. I like that choice here because the only way you're getting into any of this is with mortars or heavy cannons. And, I mean, those Guard Ulan are going to be really good, but I don't know if Raincloud times this Flemish revolt just right before Razuk is aged. He could get an excellent timing here. He's gathering up the wood, but he still needs 750 coin and 750 food. So not going to be seeing it just yet. Also has 8 Halb, 7 Halb in his deck and could also send military reforms. So I don't think we're going to be seeing the Flemish revolt for a couple minutes yet at least. So I think Razuk is safe to get into H4, but we'll have to see. A spy coming out now. I don't know what that's going to be for. Razuk's not making any mercenaries. Yeah, that's a little bit strange. But now it looks like Raincloud is finally getting down some banks. The 12-minute bank, ladies and gentlemen, followed up by a second one. He's going to have to build every single one of these from scratch. And I'm a little bit surprised he didn't at least include the bank wagon in his deck. But I don't know, man. Who am I, right? Who am I? Couple of Ulans and some war wagons here just raiding out on the periphery, but again, they're not getting much done. Might as well just siege this TP. And military reforms coming in here for Raincloud, and he's almost at 50 vills. So, I mean, I think we're going to be seeing that Flemish revolt anytime now. And he does have infantry combat as well as infantry hit points. So on top of military reforms, we could potentially see some incredibly strong halberdiers. We have veterancy upgrade, plus another 15 damage, and plus another 10% on the hit points. And, well, does that give 15 hit points as well? Yeah, it does. And then a 20% speed upgrade on top of that. Oh, mama, that's going to be delicious. Oh, man. Razuk now getting out 2 falconets from his age up, and he will have the benefit of the double factories. But, I mean, Raincloud has taken a substantial villager lead with all of those resources and with all of that time aging up into the 3rd age and now the 4th age. It looks like Germany is still only at 28 vills. Meanwhile, Raincloud is at the 50 cap that is allowed for Dutch, and he now has 4 banks. So this economy is actually looking quite strong. And look at this batch of Minutemen that's still alive. And yes, these guys are on 1 HP, but there are so many of them that they're actually going to take out a decent number of these Ulan. And I would have much rather have seen Razuk try to kite with his war wagons rather than just send his Ulan in. Took a lot of unnecessary damage here, and there's still no way to bust this shell without artillery, but he's got very little to protect it at this point. Raincloud is sending, no, he was sending the Halb card, but deciding to cancel it. Meanwhile, it looks like Razuk is going to be, I just saw him queuing some mortars. 2 mortars are out on the field and sending factories along with it. So looks like Germany is going to start investing in our artillery, and I really like that play from him. But again, if Raincloud goes for that Flemish revolt, I do not like Germany's chances here. The army is so small, and we're going to be looking at like 50 veteran halberdiers plus 8 plus 7. Plus any that he can make from the fort. And now that he's got 4 banks, he really won't need that many vills in order to keep Halb production going. And there it is, the Flemish Revolt. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about to hit. Let me zoom in on these villagers. We'll watch them all turn into halberdiers together. Oh, the migration is beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, they are making their way across the map, the Great Dutch Trek. Oh man, if only I knew a good Dutch war song, I'd be playing it in the background right now. But oh, there they come. There's still a quarter left, and oh no, some Uhlans are going to be killing some of these villagers before they get upgraded. One villager going down, now 2, now 3. But these revolts are so, oh my god, there they are! I was at a loss for words, but now the veteran halberdiers are in, and these mortars are going to get obliterated, as are the Uhlans, who do not have the guard upgrade as of yet, and the 2 falconets and the war wagons, who don't even attempt to kite. And now look at this. We have 45 veteran halberdiers who do have an upgrade on the way, and he's already triple queuing villagers once again. Because remember, this is not a revolt in the standard definition, so he can go right back to making villagers. And if given time, his economy will recover because of his 4 banks. He will be able to maintain probably at least double TC production, if not triple. And now these halberdiers are going to be causing a lot of mayhem. And this barracks is going to immediately get sieged down. The skirmishers that pop out, not nearly enough. And remember, these guys have 5 speed now because of the military reforms cards. They're going to be incredibly quick. 2 more mortars going down. That is another 1,000 resources worth of artillery that is going to accomplish precisely nothing. And it really looks like Razuk has been caught on the back foot here. And now he's desperately trying to get up another barracks. He's probably double queuing skirms as fast as he can. No, he's sending the Polish winged hussars. He's going to send them right into the teeth of the halberdiers. And I don't know if that's going to be a good call. Maybe 2 cannons would even be a better shot, though they would probably get destroyed immediately. And Razuk does have both of his factories out. He does have some skirms, and now the Polish winged hussars are out on the map, and they do very well against infantry, but these halberdiers are the perfect counter. More halberdiers coming in, and Raincloud is undoubtedly probably sending more and making more, sending 8 and 7 halb on the way, and these halberdiers are going to kill all 7 of the winged hussars. And that is an entire shipment basically eliminated. And even that spy, I don't know if the spy does bonus damage because, I mean, do winged hussars technically count as mercenaries? I don't think they do, right? No, I don't think they are. No, that's just a normal shipment. So I guess the spy was there for moral support. But skirmishers coming out now, but that is 3 barracks that have been sieged down by these halberdiers. And when you think of the wood investment there, that's 600 wood that Razuk has lost. And the halberdier mass has finally been shaven down, but now that I say that, these halbs are just so quick that the skirms cannot kite effectively, and there's not enough skirms here to cleanly kill halbs while kiting. All they're doing is just damaging them, and they're leaving halbs the time to catch up. And once they actually connect, I mean, they do the same damage or equivalent damage of a veteran hussar. So it's not like up close these guys are anything to joke about. And we see Razuk now going on the water. I'm not sure why the dock is there. He doesn't have any water cards, and he's not producing anything out of the dock. He's sending 6 war wagons now. I don't think it's a good shipment. I think 8 skirm or even 9 black riders or 12 Jaegers would be excellent right now. He almost has the coin to do it. And look at that. They're going to pop right on the TC, right into the teeth of the Jaegers, and they're going to get obliterated. No, Razuk! What are you doing? You're charging war wagons and Uhlans into veteran halbs with an upgrade. Oh, no. Oh, rip the German army, ladies and gentlemen. Desperately wants a barracks up right now. What he needs is Jaegers. Oh, if that had been 12 Hessen Jaegers, those would have done so well against the halbs. And he had the coin. And even if he didn't have the coin, he still has 8 skirms. Where is your 8 skirms? 8 skirms and 12 Jaegers would clean up all of these halbs, no problem. But even if he cleans up all these habs, he's now down to 19 villagers, and Raincloud is already back up to 26. He's got 4 banks and 3 TCs. His economy is going to recover from this no problemo. He is now double queuing halbs. He still has 1 more halb card to send. And I don't think he's going to invest in anything else at this point. I think he's just going to go pure halberdier. That is fantastic. Oh, Raincloud, you absolute bastard. Oh, this is incredible. Look at these trains of halbs just making their way down the map. 7, 5, and they're just endless. Every time Razook thinks he's dealt with them with these skirmishers, more pile in, and they continue to just catch these skirmishers and kill them. These trades aren't even cost effective for the skirmishers. Look at that. He thinks he's killed them all. He's like, oh, thank God, the last halb is dead. Nope, 5 more. And the dog is even back. Oh, Gary. We love you, Gary. What a loyal pet Gary is. And Gary has 559 HP. Oh my God. Gary is the equivalent in HP of a Polish winged hussar. Oh man. And what is Razook sending? Sent 6 war wagons, sent 9 Ulan. Making double skirms. He might actually now have enough skirms to effectively kite. But his barracks is going to go down for the 4th time. That's 800 wood worth of barracks this game. Villagers going to try to pop out. They have been in that town center for the past 3 or 4 minutes. Just the amount of lost gather time for Germany has been insane. Now, he does have 2 factories, and he still is in age 4. So I don't want to pretend that the game is over yet. It's not over by a long shot. If Germany sends 8 skirm and gets out at least a little bit of anti-cav, he could definitely recover here. And he made 2 more barracks over here. Where is he getting all of this wood for barracks? Holy crap. Does he have both of his factories on wood? No, he's got them on coin and food. I guess to make skirmishers? But having your factories on food, I feel like, is really inefficient. And look at this, 2 unupgraded Hussar coming in, and that's actually going to be the perfect response. But 2 heavy cannons gonna come out now. There's a lot of cav susceptible units on the board for Germany now. And I'm a little bit worried by the lack of anti-cav. Halberdiers coming in, but they're actually not going to do well against heavy cannons and skirmishers, believe it or not. Oh, that was a beautiful volley. And Razook might finally be getting back in this game. Age 4 Germany with 2 TPs and 2 factories. Raincloud is certainly not one yet, though he is already back up to 43 villagers. Imagine if you could send Flemish Revolt twice. Just imagine. I mean, that would probably only happen like once every million games, but still. Oh, look at those Hussars. They're beelining for the heavy cannons. They're like, where are they? Where are they? Oh, there they are. And just get obliterated. Oh, man. Did you guys know that age 2 Hussar are weak to age 4 heavy cannons? Did you guys know that? Well, I'm hitting you with some game knowledge. Even in games like this, I try to give game knowledge. And really nice by Raincloud here. I like that he's kind of peeling off Hussars, starting to siege down some of this infrastructure. I'd love for him to just hit these 2 barracks because they're so exposed. That would be 1,200 wood worth of barracks that he's sieged down this game. That would be just, oh, it would be sensational. Sending team infantry hit points, which I do like. It'll buff up these halberdiers even more. Though I do need another unit in this composition. I think pure halbs at this point is just a waste of resources. And I think he's doing exactly that, right? He's starting to mix in Hussar. These guys absolutely need the veterancy upgrade. And Ulan's trying to come in for a raid here, but now barracks and another stable, as well as an arsenal and a church going down. So we might see Raincloud transition into standard Dutch, though this is Raincloud, so take that with a massive pinch of salt. But another town center going down for Razook. So he wants to be a part of the 3TC club, but he has so little anti-cav here at the moment. Even if a good batch, like 7 or 8 unupgraded Hussar get on this group, even with these couple of Ulans, which still don't have the guard upgrade, I still think they'd be able to take down at least one of those heavy cannons. And there it is, 8 Hussar making their way down the map. And the veterancy upgrade is about to hit. Cavalry Cuirass coming in, and this is going to be an insane timing if he can find these heavy cannons just as they're pushing out. And he's even going to deny this town center. Those poor Vills, they are probably so sick of these Dutch halberdiers. Very historically accurate battle, by the way. Germany versus Dutch in Portugal. And look at that. They see the skirms, but then they see the heavy cannons, and they immediately beeline, peeling 2 of those veteran Hussar off. And we're seeing just how critical that veterancy upgrade is. If these were regular unupgraded Hussar, they would have all gone down. But because of that extra HP and extra attack, he is going to take out one of the heavy cannons. I don't think that was a worthwhile trade. He traded 8 Hussar for 1 heavy cannon, but more coming in from the back. Watcha, watcha, watcha. And there's just not enough Uhlans to body block. Look at that. Get juked. Whop! Going right past the 3 or 4 Uhlans he has and taking out the second heavy cannon. Still don't feel like that was worthwhile. That was 13 Hussars for 1 heavy cannon. So I think that equates to 2,600 resources to kill 1 shipment. Though Razuk is now making a mill? What? He's got deer here. He's got berries here. He's got berries here by his original TC. He's got fish. Why did he make a mill? He's got an estate too. Is he that scared of the Halbs? Coin mine here. Coin mine here. Coin mine here, though it is being eaten by rain cloud. Coin mine here. Coin mine here. How many of these can he see? He sees at least 3 of them. Oh man, rain cloud has got his opponent rattled. He's like, nope, I'm not dealing with the veteran Halbs. I would much rather invest 1,200 wood and be safe than go out where those Halbs are. Man, the veteran Halbs. And what, oh my God, what? He's making petards? Raincloud's making petards. And a flute. He's making petards and a flute. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? There's the dock. The flute is coming out. Petards are being produced. Advanced arsenal is being sent because why the hell not? More Hussars are being made. And we see a 27-minute steel traps. Very standard. Oh, he was not lying when he pinged me about this game. Like, I thought it was going to be a little bit weird. I was like, oh, Raincloud, he's going to be doing some cheeky stuff like he did with Malta. I did not expect this. Look at that. 26 Vills on berries. Oh my gosh. That almost looks like an anthill. Look at all those workers. Man, those berries must have a lot of fruit. Imagine 7 bushes with enough fruit to keep this many villagers working. And you notice how their baskets are never getting full? You guys notice that? The baskets are not having any fruit in them. Are you guys just pretending to work? I think these guys are pretending to work. I don't think they're actually gathering anything. Hussars raining down the side of the map. I guess they're just going to ignore this Vill. This one Vill who's actually hunting the hunts he should be hunting. And nope, going to kill that Vill. The German army is getting fairly strong here, though. We do have some more veteran war wagons, a decent batch of skirms, and more veteran Uhlans. Though for investing in Age 4, he has not gotten any of the upgrades yet. He has been pressured most of the time. There are, how many petards on the north side of the map? There are currently 4 petards on the map. Oh no, there's 5 more over here. They're making their way to the, oh my God, they got dropped off by the flute. Are they gonna kill this factory? Are you serious right now? Factory's dead. Factory's dead, and a house. Because, you know, why not rub salt in the wound, right? And he's making 4 more, and he's just sent the flute back, the Wisp. The Wisp is bringing in, that was Team Alpha over there. And this is Team Omega. They are going on a one-way trip, boys. Get in the boat. Make sure you don't set it off before we land. We don't want an accident. Uhlans are pursuing these veteran Hussar. The veteran Hussar could probably just turn and fight that. No, veteran war wagons are right behind. Okay, so he's going to run. All of his villagers migrating. They're leaving the berries, which they weren't gathering. And look at this batch of veteran Halbs that he has again. These are double card upgraded, military reformed, veteran halberdiers getting amalgamation at 29 minutes when there are hardly any coin mines left on the map. And is he going to get a nice pinch here on the German army? I don't think he's going to take it. No, he's just running right past it. He's saying, whoop, see you suckers. And he's just going to obliterate these war wagons that have just popped out. They come to help their brethren, and instead they get a face full of halbs. Oh, man. And more petards. And they're going for that second factory. Oh, my God. He's going to petard the second factory. I almost thought it wasn't going to go down there. And this town center still not upgraded. Going to be killing all of these vills. And, well, no, it's been mostly upgraded. It just still looks damaged. The Floyd is killing the few fishing boats that have finally gotten made. And he's going to try to get down this dock here? Nope, they're getting in the Wisp. That was Team Beta. We saw Team Alpha, Team Omega. They both didn't come home, but Team Beta, they've got families, boys. We got to bring them home after we kill this artillery foundry. And there are still veteran halbs just causing mischief. What even is this game? In case you guys were wondering if this is a high level, it is not. I think Raincloud is like 1400 elo, so around my range. So if you're wondering what guys like me play like, here it is. It is certainly entertaining as the halbs continue to pop in and out of the Floyd, and in comes the frigate. Oh, the Denmark. And veteran halberdiers jumping in. The flute is going to go down, but 5 more veteran hussar popping out from the frigate. And I think that is going to be game. 50 vills for Raincloud, 49 for Razuk, but both of his factories are down, and his war wagon's not even going to try to kite. They're just going to get obliterated. Look at them fall. Look at the Ulans trying to help, but c'est la vie. It is all going to come to naught, and the mill, the precious mill, is going to get raided, and that is going to be game. Oh, he made a second estate. Well, you know, he said it was going to be entertaining, and he did not disappoint. I got nothing. Let's hop into the postgame. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have stuck with me till now into the postgame, I appreciate you. Let's take a look at the stats. I don't know how much we're going to be able to glean, but let's take a look anyways. About a 7,000 resource advantage for Raincloud. He got up to 50 vills, down to 0, then got back up to 50 again. You just don't see that every day. And when we look at militaries, 184 to 139, actually really even on the number of units killed. But when we look at the buildings lost, 14 for Germany and 1 for Raincloud. And when we go to the timeline, all of the units counts. Let's go strictly to military. We see a huge spike, 6 up to 52. And at that point, Razuk had a very, very weak military because he had invested in Age 4. And we see a pretty good fight here, though. The halb numbers did go down fairly quickly as they were killing a lot of vills and they were taking down a lot of infrastructure. And then we saw the military just continue to go up. And every time Razuk started to get something, it got slapped by veteran halbs or hussars or whatever. And then the end just... it gets obliterated. And a lot of that population is in the war wagons, which really did not get much use in this game. And granted, there wasn't a lot for them to kill. And I don't know. I wonder what would have happened if Razuk had gone for 12 Jaegers rather than 6 war wagons, or even 8 skirms. I just wonder what would have happened if that initial push had held and he had been able to stabilize sooner. And when we look at this Vil graph, I mean, he has the clear advantage. 42 Vils at 16 minutes, brought all the way down to 20. And with the triple TCs, Raincloud is able to go from 50 to 0, back up to 50 in about 9 minutes, which is actually kind of insane. And he really didn't have to gather much for that to take place because he had 4 banks, and so every Vil he was making could go strictly onto food, which is how he was able to maintain that veteran halb and then eventually the veteran hussar production. But overall, that game was absolute insanity, and I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'll be back with another game in a couple of days where we take a look at another Civ that might just be the worst Civ in Age of Empires 3. But until then, guys, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.